got thrown in the lion's den.
Wait, you live.
You know, he got torn. I bet he got torn to pieces, and there's nothing but bones left of him. And I bet the lions just ripped him apart, and there's probably just nothing left of him. And it's so unnecessary that he had to die. What's so important about your God that Daniel was willing to die? Can anybody tell me that? What's so important about your God? Anybody tell me that? Oh, okay. Well, then why wouldn't he just pray in secret? Why wouldn't Daniel just pray in secret and not let anybody know that he was praying? Can anybody tell me that?
Get off me, Daniel. Get on my spot.
Oh.
Get off me.
Oh.
Get off
Okay.
my spot.
Well, that makes sense, I guess. And you know, if it's important to Daniel, then I guess that's all. I guess that's all that matters. What in the world? I just saw the king. He's running to his palace. I guess he does have legs underneath those robes. But why is the king running? Doesn't make any sense. Unless maybe the lions got out.
Ashpenaz! Oh, hi everyone! Ashpenaz, what are you doing up there? Get down out there. And I see all my friends are here tonight too. I got some exciting, incredible news to tell you, man. I just can't wait to tell you all the great things that happened to me. Ashpenaz, what are you doing right now?
I'm sure you're not a ghost. You don't feel like a ghost.
Of course I'm not a ghost. I'm real. I'm all here. See, I got all my toes. I got all my fingers. Well, just kidding. I got everything. I got all my fingers. I got all my toes. Of course I'm here.
That's impossible.
That's what I was trying to tell you. That's when I came right in here. If you'll let me tell you what happened. Yesterday, I was thrown into the lion's den.
No.
And it wasn't an empty den. It was full of lions. And when I hit the bottom, I thought for sure it was going to be just one bite and my life was over. I prayed, God, take my life. I'm going to die for you. And when I got down there, I was looking at the lions and they were looking at me and they looked confused and they were actually like all cross-eyed like that at me. And I kind of got cross-eyed and one of them turned around like that and hit me in the face with his tail. You ever been hit with the tail of a lion? Quit it. This guy. But then something else about these lions I noticed that for some reason I could get right up to them and they couldn't open their mouth.
Daniel, that is
for some reason, God, will you let me finish? God closed the mouth of the lions, and I could go boom, and they just couldn't.
You know, I knew you were alive. I was just telling all these people. I was just telling them that you were alive and that your God was going to save you and that everything was going to be all right.
No, I got a feeling that's probably. That's right. Listen, it might have seemed impossible to you, but to God it was not impossible. God closed the mouths of those lions, and here I am to prove it. God rescued me from the den of the lions, and that's all there is to it. What's impossible for man is possible for God. In fact, this morning, I had a good night's sleep. I woke up this morning and I saw light coming down through the den, and I looked up there and I heard the voice of the king yelling from the top of the den, "Daniel! Daniel!" I said, "Yes, king." And he knew I was alive. For some reason, he knew I'd be there, or he wouldn't even called my name. I think he had more faith than he let himself onto.
Well, since I knew you were alive, I better go tell the king about my amazing observation skills. I can't. I gotta go tell him.
You're gonna get fired.
I'm so grateful that God saved me. I'm so thankful that God saved me. He saved my friends from the fiery furnace. Remember the story? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were thrown into the fire, and the only thing that was burnt were the ropes that held them bound. And so God not only didn't burn them with fire, but he burnt off the ropes that were holding them hostage. And they were set free. And in my life, when the king told me to not pray anymore, I wasn't going to stop praying. And they threw me to the den of lions, and God saved me. He shut the mouth of the lion. And God did a miraculous thing in the life of Daniel. Don't you agree? And in my life, I want to tell you, now watch this. Watch what's going to happen. I'm Daniel, right? Okay. Now I'm Pastor Frank. All right? So